Liverpool is the only team in the current Premier League season that has yet to concede a goal. On Sunday evening, they defeated Manchester United 3-0 with 2 goals from Diaz and 1 from Salah. Let's take a closer look at what was crucial in this match and how Liverpool managed to win this game. Welcome to Behind the Game.
4, 3, 2, 1. Behind the Game.
Manchester United line up in the classic 4-2-3-1 formation, with a few changes from the previous match against Brighton. Bruno Fernandes, who was nominally positioned as an attacker before, was now placed as a central midfielder. Up front was Zirkzee, on the right side Garnacho replaced Diallo, and in the central defense the light came in for Maguire. On the other hand, Liverpool used the 4-2-3-1 formation. Without any changes from the previous match, Arne Slot has strong faith in his player except for Kensah, who played in the first match but is now starting his third game with the same lineup as before. Manchester United approached the pressing similarly to the previous match against Brighton, using a compact 3-3 setup with 3 players up front, 1 position higher, Zirkzee, 2 wingers and 3 midfielders. Liverpool created opportunities when a central midfielder moved to the side, in this case Szoboszlai. When Van Dijk had the ball, Szoboszlai shifted to the wide area, while Diaz moved inside, drawing defenders and creating space for other wingers. Additionally, the area left behind the winger was also unmarked. Here we see an example of Diaz cutting inside and taking a ball, which he and Salah often did, pulling away from defenders and creating free space. Meanwhile, Manchester United was often pinned back in their own half and, as in previous matches, played long balls whether to Rashford or Zirkzee. In my opinion, playing long balls in this match against Liverpool was not a good idea. Virgil van Dijk, 1.93 tall, and Konate, 1.94 tall, were too dominant in aerial duels, and Zirkzee, if I'm not mistaken, didn't win a single aerial duel against these defenders. The height difference was significant, so it's surprising that Manchester tried to break into Liverpool penalty area using these tactics. What was noticeable in Manchester United game was primarily the lack of ideas on how to transition from defense to attack. Liverpool controlled the midfield very well, pressing aggressively and closed down all spaces compactly, marking United midfielders closely so they had no chance to turn with the ball or play the through pass. Often, when Manchester United players had the ball, Liverpool players immediately closed in, whether it was a central defender or midfielder, giving them no time to play the ball. This was evident in the match when Manchester United lost the ball frequently when passing to Zirkzee or any of the central midfielders, as Liverpool midfielders were already behind them. Here you can see when Zirkzee had the ball, Liverpool players would immediately close in around the players with the ball, trying to take it away. Similarly, Van Dijk step us high, and we see a similar situation here. 3 players surround Zirkzee, leaving him with no option to pass or win one-on-one duel, and Liverpool gain possession. In the 6 minutes, Manchester United received the first warning. An absolutely brilliant touch by Gravenberch allowed him to push the ball forward. It's worth nothing how Gravenberch was positioning. His body, side position, controlling the entire pitch. This way, he could see what was happening on the both sides, and his first touch, which drove the attack forward, was crucial. Maino, standing several meters away, didn't fully mark Gravenberch. I love plays like this. I always say that if you want to create an advantage in a positional attack, you either need to win one-on-one with defender or make progress with your first touch, just like Gravenberch did. This play allowed him to gain space and create a 6 versus 4 advantage. And this action had another hero, Diogo Jota. Very intelligent, with smart movement and excellent vision on the pitch. Here, he indicated where Gravenberch should pass. Jota moved toward the through ball but didn't want to receive it. He drew two defenders with him to create space for Gravenberch and Diaz. Very smart movement. You can see how Gravenberch timed the pass to Diaz perfectly, waiting until Diaz was almost in line with the defenders before passing, creating an opportunity for a shot or a pass to nearby player. Excellent timing, which is a characteristic of Liverpool in these early matches. Before the first goal, Liverpool made 5 interceptions on Manchester United's half, creating good scoring opportunities from them. Liverpool had 48 interceptions in this match, with many occurring in the opponent's half. In contrast, Manchester United had 33 interceptions, mostly in their own half, and none of them led to a shot on goal, bringing no benefits. Here you can see that in 4th minute, Virgil van Dijk intercepted the ball, allowing a shot from Diego Jota. Later, Gravenberch interception also nearly ended badly for Manchester. Once again, this time McAllister took the ball and Liverpool regained possession. On the 4th occasion, when Gravenberch intercepted the ball, they created a 5 versus 3 advantage in this phase. Liverpool had a counter-attack and scored. Here again, you see Diogo Jota moving to the right side, once again indicating pass to Diaz, he is free. I'm just pulling these players to the right, but pass to Diaz. When I watched this match, I also was saying Diaz is free, play it to Diaz, but Gravenberch chose differently and did it very well, focusing the defenders on the right side. And what seems to be a hallmark of Manchester United is that the central defenders cannot see where the attacking players are positioned. I understand that there was a 5 versus 3 advantage, but I think the central defender should be covering the central area of the goal. The league doesn't see what's happening behind him with 2 unmarked players and Liverpool scores. This action also exposed another problem for Manchester United. Kobbie Mainoo. He isn't the fastest player, but I think he could have tracked back faster. As the start of the counter-attack, the distance between Bruno and Mainoo was about 6.7 meters. When Liverpool scored, a gap had widened to over 15 meters. As a coach, I would expect a central midfielder to run back with all their might after losing the ball. I can't believe Mainoo couldn't run faster. I feel like he gave up at some point, and this isn't the first time. In the previous match against Brighton, which you can check out in my previous video, during one of the Brighton counterattacks, Mainoo also came back very slowly. As a result, from a 4 versus 4 counterattack, Brighton had a 4 versus 3 situation. And here we have a similar situation. I feel like Mainoo doesn't understand how crucial it is to go back after losing possession. Out of curiosity, I checked his physical and speed stat, and indeed he's not the fastest player. His top speed is around 29.86 km per hour. However, I believe Bruno Fernandes, whose top speed is 33 km per hour, did much more in this action. Manchester United, as I mentioned earlier, struggled significantly to advance into the opponent's half through positional attacks. Often, when the central midfielder had the ball, Casemiro, Mainoo or Bruno Fernandes, Liverpool players immediately closed in, surrounding the player with the ball to prevent them from moving into the opponent half or even playing the ball, not allowing them time to run around. This was also evident when Casemiro lost the ball, leading to a counter-attack, and once again, Manchester United defenders failed to look what was happening behind them, failing to track the attacking player. Salah found Luis Diaz, who was positioned behind Martinez, allowing Liverpool to go 2-0 up. For Casemiro, this was a terrible match. In 45 minutes, he lost possession 10 times, 2 of which lead to Liverpool goals. Mazraoui had the most losses in this match, 13, but he played the full 90 minutes. Casemiro didn't come out for the second half. Liverpool came out in the second half with the same energy and determination to close down the midfield. Once again, they surrounded the Manchester United players, this time Mainoo, who received the ball but couldn't do much with it. He was surrounded by 4 Liverpool players who formed a diamond around him. He lost the ball, leading to a counter-attack, and Liverpool, with a 4 versus 2 advantage, scored a third goal. The difference between the two teams was the counterattacks. Manchester United had 2, resulting in no shots. Liverpool also had 2 counterattacks, scoring 2 goals. It's not enough to pass the ball to a player. It needs to be done at the right time, with the right pace and with the right strength. This is a difference between the two teams. In the first counterattack, Zirkzee passes to Rashford. However, from the start, it's clear that the distance between Rashford and Konate is too large. The pass is too early because Konate is setting the offside line and Rashford is about 4 meters ahead of him. In such a situation, Zirkzee should have waited half a second for Rashford to move in the line with Konate, which would have allowed him to accelerate the counterattack and position himself toward the goal with his first touch. When the pass comes too early, it gives Konate time to turn and control the player. Rashford slowed down and played the ball backward, but his first touch with the ball was not forward, it was back to himself, to his feet, which didn't speed up the action, causing it to lose all momentum. I think this is the main mistake and criticism regarding Manchester and the counterattacks. Similar situation when Garnacho plays the ball to Rashford too early, Konate is setting the offside line, and it would have been better if Rashford had been roughly in line. Then he would have had a better chance to reach it. In the third counterattack, you can see that Zirkzee's reception of the ball immediately slowed down the counterattack and allows Liverpool players to get back into defense. This is crucial. The first touch cannot be backwards, it always needs to be forward to drive the play. And these are the situation, 3 counterattacks that Manchester had and failed. Meanwhile, Liverpool had 2 counterattacks and scored goal from both. And that's the difference between these two teams. Lastly, let's look at how these two teams attacked. Liverpool was positioned very close to the center, with 71% of their attacks going through the middle, and 50% and 40% through the flanks, respectively. On the other hand, Manchester attacked a lot from the left side, with only 29% of attacks through the middle. This also shows how strongly Liverpool have compacted the center, how much they wanted to control it, and how they aim to conduct their attack through the middle. On one hand, it's logical because it's easier to score from the center than from the sides, but sometimes the middle is too congested that it's hard to break through. Nevertheless, it's great to have 71% of attacks through the middle and win the match 3-0. I think Liverpool was a much better team today. You could see the difference whether in positional attack, controlling the center of the pitch, or in the counterattacks. Liverpool was more aggressive and deserved to win the match. That's all for today. See you next week.